first reaction was, whoa, I didn't know anybody who started a business like this.
She came up with a vision that many people are afraid to pursue. I mean, a lot of people would like to do what she's doing.
Uncharted territory.
A little bit concerned, like whether it would be possible, because I know so much is involved in creating something from the ground up like that. So I was definitely surprised, but I knew if anyone could do it, it would be her.
I'm really proud. I already told you I'm impressed, but I'm also very proud that she did that. And like Dr. K was saying, it is inspirational. I mean, I don't think I have it in me. I don't think I have that courage to do what she's done for my field. Obviously it's not the same field. There's enough overlap, and she's demonstrating a pathway. But it takes a lot of guts.
So one of the things that she has done is she's really put a big effort into interacting with the community.
It has to be everyone's support, so thank you.
Just continues to grow. I'm amazed with, I was telling her, like, you're just a magnetic force now. I feel like I get like attracted, like, oh wow, this is also happening, that's happening, this is new.
Right pores and left, left pores and right.
Was only possible with a model called as direct care model, and now there is an evolving specialty direct care, which many of the specialists like rheumatologists, many surgical specialists, endocrinology have been exploring and have been very well established, which is a direct contract, a direct agreement between just the patient and the physician or the physician specialist.
Well, from what I can see, like, she's finally able to do what she wanted to do, but wasn't able to do when she was in the traditional model of healthcare. She is able to host all these different community events like Walk with the Dog, the Laughter Session, yoga, cooking, all these things that are part of holistic care. And I think that she's able to spend more time with patients and use her lifestyle certification in order to do much more. And you can accomplish that in a 15-minute visit with a traditional endocrinologist. So I definitely see that she's played a big role in changing people's lives the way she always wanted to, but wasn't able to with the traditional model. And that's what a lot of patients need. They don't even necessarily know that they need it. They don't even know that it's available. And the regular model is not equipped to handle that.
It's somewhat similar to what direct primary care is, where you don't have any surprise bills. These are unrushed visits, unlimited visits with your doctor, easy access to your specialist or your physician, and the goal is more prevention. The goal is, can we prevent an ER visit? Can we prevent a complication? Can we prevent an urgent care visit? Can we prevent a disease complication? And therefore help you improve your longevity, your fitness, your wellness.
She was working for Sierra Endocrine, and she came up with this idea about starting her own practice that was much different than what she had been doing before. She had a vision, and she was dedicated to pursuing that vision. And so during that time, her thoughts evolved, and she was able to make it happen. So it was very interesting for me to watch. She was committed to patients. She wanted to have more time with patients. She wanted to stress the importance of patient education, diet, and exercise. And she really didn't feel that she could do that before when she was in the setting that she was in before.
This is where I had made my decision that, yep, I can make this possible only in this specific model called direct care, because there won't be any middleman dictating on how I need to care for my patient. And at the same time, patient doesn't have to rely on specifications or limitations of which physician or which endocrinologist they could see.
So like in my line of work, there's a inpatient or hospital-based general surgeon. We sometimes see complications from diabetes, and a lot of the complications that we see, unfortunately, like as I probe, they haven't seen their endocrinologist or their primary care for so long. It's hard to get in. When they get in, it's so short. So when Dr. Makija started this enterprise, it really is addressing a need in the community. And sometimes for this reason or that they can't follow up, I've definitely sent patients her way. And, it's been like maybe a week or two after I see that patient, she'll tell me, oh, I saw so-and-so, or, that inbox message came in. So it's definitely very impactful in that way. Yeah.
Pretty strong in terms of which direction I had to go. And this was 2021, where I was still practicing and had, I've always been in teaching in academia, and there was a new medical school in our county, which is called CHSU, or California Health Sciences College of Osteopathic Medicine. I had an opportunity to build their endocrine curriculum from scratch while I was trying to navigate through how will I start my own practice as a direct care model. Well, hard work always pays off, and I was able to get that rolling.
Get to that vision. There's a lot of things I had to take care of, looking at how do you write a lease, what kind of different buildings do you look at, what kind of, what size of a square footage you need, where do you need it, how are you going to, get the word out, how do you know you exist, because, I worked at a practice where business side was never her cup of tea.
Was a lot of community support. You'll see in my office, I have these, amazing artwork, amazing, designs coming from our local forest, coming from our local vendors, and they willingly wanted to create that for me, knowing what my mission was, knowing that it was personalized, knowing that it was prevention, knowing that it was, easy access and ample amount of time with my patients. So everything you see in my office has meaning to it, has a story into it, which I really, really, I'm really, really proud about it.
Acacia has sponsored the Walk with the Dog program, and that was geared again towards patients, and she also included medical students. So I attended a lot of them. I attended as many as I could. They were usually once a month. And they always included something fun to do. And usually this involved not only walking, but some sort of exercise. So I remember, her laying the ladders out on the ground and, various and sundry things. So it was always a lot of fun. She did a similar thing here in her office too, out in the parking lot.
In our parking lot, in our local park called Woodward Park, and you wouldn't believe, I've had medical students, I've had, many of our physician colleagues, of course, family, friends, various dental specialists, dentists, and surgeons who've been a big part of being the participants as well as helping me to conduct these. So this has been a big or a large part of my purpose and mission at Unified Endocrine and Diabetes Care. My husband, who's my biggest support, my family.
We didn't really know how to market. We didn't know how to talk to, who to talk to. I was helping out, filling out patients' forms when, this 78-year-old lady coming in, she's like, not technology is not her thing. So I would actually oh no, don't worry about it. So just small little things. And then just knowing oh, okay, few Google reviews and then so many people being aware of it and just kind of making sure positive message and keep growing with it. And I truly believe that the more positive magnetic force you have, the more people are attracted to it. People are attracted to the goodness and the quality. And I feel like that's what she's offered. So that 3-year journey is wow, that's quite an experience. And then the lifestyle medicine and me going to conference with her and meeting other physicians who had this similar fire, this drive, no, we want to do something better. Like we don't want to just do the normal, spending few minutes with the patient and then just burn out. Like people genuinely had this drive, and I think that all those experiences in those 3 years, I feel like those 3 years feel like such a rapid 3 years, and I think the future is just going to be a bit more interesting. So
When I get asked about why endocrinology, the only thing I remember that I always wanted to become a doctor. So getting that out, I had seen my grandma go through insulin injections. I had seen her go through foot amputation, then above knee amputation within a short span of months, and then she passed away. I don't know what was the exact complication, but that was pretty vivid, and I just remember those moments when I was around 8 or 9. And that was pretty strong. You see something, you want to take care of it, right? You have this ambition, and that was at that time I thought about, yes, I want to become a diabetologist. I would like to specialize in that field, unaware of a field called as endocrinology.
Over these last 5 years, I've seen her teach on multiple occasions, both in the clinical skills courses and actually, along with me, in the Biomed MSK2 course. And as far as that goes, the latter, we did the session together on osteoporosis. So she was, extremely helpful to me and to the students when we reviewed that topic along with some of the other metabolic bone diseases. I've seen her also present material for Patient of the Week, which is geared again towards the first and second year students. She's always been well received. The students really like her, and I can see why. She's very organized and very clear in her approach.
She's also very authentic. So it's a very humanistic approach rather than, doctor patient, which definitely is there, but it's also very human to human.
Right. Connection.
Yeah.
Like a deeper connection. I think the operative word for me was authentic. As I said, is because she really is the real deal. You can tell she cares. She built this practice from the ground up. Every even the small touches, like she's in it with the community. She's for the community, she's for her patients. They're not just patients, but they're neighbors. And I can tell that she feels that way.
things makes you a stronger leader. And experience is a teacher, right? And she truly imbibes that, because there was no blueprint, there was no playbook. It wasn't like, oh, okay, you're gonna open the store and customers will come. We are learning to do Instagram, learning to do all the Facebook stuff, learning to do all the YouTube items, talking to patients about their real experiences and actually having an interaction and really sharing before and after results. There's a lot of time, dedication, commitment that goes behind it.
I've been working here with Dr. Makija as her office assistant for a year now. What attracted me to her office was her motto, which is prevention, early prevention, which is important. As well as when I met Dr. Makija in person, she expressed how she ran things in her practice. She is a very firm believer of personalized care, so treating her patients like their extended family, which was really nice to hear from a physician.
To be honest, I've learned a lot from Dr. Makija and this team. First is, or the most important is the sincerity and the proactive approach to care. You have to be proactive to efficiently help patients, because if you're just going to wait and don't do anything proactively, well, that's not helpful, and it wouldn't go a long way.
I'd say that she's definitely come out of her comfort zone. She's really, really, really good physician. She's a great doctor, no doubt about it. But the other side of it, like talking to different people, talking to different vendors, volunteering at like gurdwaras and temples. So there's so many things that has occurred that are outside of just the patient care. All those things makes you a stronger leader.
Listening to our patients, I feel like everyone just wants to be heard and wants to be seen. So I do my very best to do that for our patients.
I always wanted to be part of her own medical practice since the day I knew she's going to be a doctor, because I always knew she's going to have her own practice someday.
My inspiration to create and found Unified Endocrine and Diabetes Care, number one is my father and his health journey and his perspective towards life. My mother, who has been an educator, an amazing professor, an amazing principal to her students, as well as a mother, a poet, and very spiritually grounded, are my main two sources of inspiration. My master, my life's experiences. My inspiration from my father was basically, you know, how you deal with certain conditions. He had multiple myeloma. He fought with it so joyfully for 15 years, as well as the healthcare that was provided at that time. Yes, it was in India, but just the easy access to physicians, the oncologist, the pain specialist, the anesthesiologist, the orthopedic surgeon, and the back and forth exchange, which helped us save tons and tons of visits, you know, to the ER, to the hospital, or to the urgent care. Provision of, you know, text messaging to your specialist because of certain side effects or concerns or an abnormal lab. Healthcare system are different there, but I wanted to bring some of the goodness from there, what I had experienced in my patient care.
I just think she's doing a wonderful job, and she should just keep on doing it.
And keep building and keep helping and keep assisting as much as you can and serve the community. And you know, the next chapter is going to be a better one.
हरि ओम। डॉक्टर छाया, गर्व है मुझे तुम पर, आज तुम पहुंची हो इस पद पर। ये आपकी ईमानदारी और परिश्रम का फल है। सबको साथ लेकर चलना, अपनेपन का भाव हृदय में रहना, दिल से सबकी मदद करना, यही तो सफलता है। यही लक्ष्य पर जाने का मार्ग है। आगे बढ़ते चलो, लक्ष्य बाएं फैलाए खड़ा है, आलिंगन करता जाता है। गॉड ब्लेस यू।